This is Dread from Last Epic Builds, and today's video topic we're going to be showcasing how I make my loot filters in under 5 minutes. In Last Epoch, it's a little bit different than other ARPGs. Items on the ground are actually useful. You could fracture them for affixes that you need for your build, or you can use them to actually craft items. Yes, you can literally pick up an item from the floor and craft it into an endgame item. I play a lot of SSF, so my loot filters are based for the character I am playing and built specifically for said character. If it's not an affix I need, it is not an affix I show. So keep that in mind while I make this loot filter. First, we're going to hit the command of Shift F to bring up the loot filter window. As you can tell, we already have a loot filter here for my build, but we are going to get rid of it and do no filter. Then we're going to click Create Filter, Create New Filter, name the filter. This is very useful as you'll have a lot of filters and you can choose between the filters of all your previous characters as well. They're all in the same folder. And then we're going to start adding some rules. To start off, we're going to add a rule, and the first rule we're going to add is hide, as this will hide all items, and we're going to keep it at the bottom of the list, as that will be the lowest priority, meaning if any item is not what we want, it will be hidden, which allows us to, reduces screen clutter, and we don't have to see items we don't want. Now we're going to add the first rule. We're going to add a recolor rule. Now for me, I go with blue, but you can go with any color you want, any color coordination you want, but I go with blue, and then we're going to add an affix. So what this rule is going to be, we're going to edit the rule name. It is going to be common, meaning that items that commonly drop that we get a lot. So we're going to go through affixes here. Now I've gone ahead and clicked on all the ones that are common for my build. What does this mean? Well, these are affixes that drop readily that are not rare. So for instance, melee critical strike chance drops a lot, melee physical drops a lot, increased stun chance with melee attacks drops a lot. Stun chance, crit multi, crit chance, resistances drop a lot. That's another thing. Block chance drops a lot. All these affixes that drop a lot, like added health, increased health. All these are all what I call common drops because they drop on every item a lot of the time. Same thing with ailments. I'll go over what are rare drops, but if it's not a rare drop, then it's a common drop. And then what we do now is we confirm that. We have 10 selected, right? This is about where you'll usually be with the normal build. Then for the tiers, we're going to be more or equal, meaning that if an affix is more or equal than 4, it will showcase as common, meaning we can either craft upon it or we can fracture it for items. So we're not flooding our inventory with shitty gear. This will make sure at the very least it has a tier 4 roll of one of the common affixes that we want. Now we're going to go ahead and add a secondary rule here. So we have yellow, what I usually use for it. This means rare. So these are rare affixes. For this one, we're not going to add any tier at all. This will show whenever this drops, meaning that these are rare affixes that are required for the build. Now for the second to last filter I add another one. I recolor. I go for red instead, for my color anyways. And then affix again, and then we scroll down, and then we do idols. I go and cherry pick the idols I want. Now, like I said, if you're trying to make a specific build for a specific thing, you can go for, obviously, just start clicking on all of them, so whenever an idol does drop, you can have it, or you can go and cherry pick mods. All right, and now for the last part of the filter, we're going to do a show rule. We're going to go to rarity, and we're going to go show set, so we always see set items, show unique items, because we always see unique items, so if we see like an Orion's Eye drop, we can pick it up. And then of course exalted as well, so whenever there is an exalted tier item on the ground, we pick it up, and because there's a lot of exalted tier items that can be really strong if you get them exalted, like +4 to skills or anything like that. With that being said, that's pretty much it for the loot filter. Hopefully, if you followed this process to a T, you'll have a perfect loot filter, perfect for your build specifically. But if you want to know where all of my loot filters are for all of my builds, if you join the Discord, they will all be in my hashtag loot filters Discord. I will also be posting a video about complex loot filters as well later on. With that being said, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you're at, and bye.